Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am really super excited because I'm actually going to start filming some hand lettering videos. People have been asking for them for a while in my Facebook group, and some Instagram followers have been asking for them, and I finally got started on my YouTube channel, and now that I have been doing some Plan with me's, I was like, it's time to get started on these hand lettering videos. So we are going to start with the very, very basics today. Most importantly, you don't need fancy pens, you don't need fancy paper, none of that to hand letter. If you have notebook paper and a pen, that works. My favorite is getting the pack of graph paper from like Staples or something when it's back to school and it's on sale. The Walmart brand is good. It's a little bit thinner. The Staples is a little bit thicker. I like with the 3-hole punches because I put it in a notebook and then I can see how I'm progressing, because hand lettering is all about muscle memory. That's why whenever you see hand lettering videos or something and it's comments like, I wish I could write like you, like this is so pretty, I could never do that. It's all practice. It is 100% practice, and it starts with the basics. It starts with your own handwriting. The muscle memory, your lines get smoother, and you just have to remember that there is no right or wrong way when you're doing this. For instance, so what I like to say, like just to go back and touch on the practice a lot. So this is something that I did a very long time ago. It was 2016 because we had just gotten Zoe and Elvis and Daisy had just passed. So if I were to take this and redo it, then it would be completely different now. So that's what we're going to start with that, right? Just to show you how much practice it takes. So, and the reason I am using Crayola markers is because along with very inexpensive graph paper, Crayola markers are my favorite pens to hand letter with because they've got that fine tip for your upward lines, which is your thin, and then your downward lines are your thicker strokes. So like that is where you get that thickness in hand lettering also, is practicing your upwards and then downwards, upwards and then downwards. So already you can see the difference in the B's, but so yeah, there's definitely, it is all about practice, practice, practice. And I will say that a lot in these videos, is keep practicing. When I was first starting out, I had these packs of graph paper. I had Crayola markers. I bought fancy Tombow brushes, which I did not like. And I would just sit around and whatever TV show I was watching, I would letter their names. I would letter the name of the TV show. I would letter the books on my bookshelf. I would letter anything I could see, because it doesn't have to be, you can letter the days of the week, the months, just any words. There's no rhyme or reason or no set rules. But some of the most important things are practicing and just like, I always say practice with just your basic handwriting because that will help slow you down some. One of my other favorite pens are Papermate Flares. So like 2 favorite things in the world, Crayola markers and Papermate Flares. But I always say just practice because that will help slow your handwriting down. Because all of those videos where you see them writing really fast, I guarantee you, like I forgot the alphabet, are sped up because you cannot letter quickly. It is a very slow process. And when you're trying to create a project or, if you want something to look really, really nice. I mean, I like with a pen, I could write a little bit more quickly and I do it in my planner some, But you will also, that's going to be another thing that we talk about, is picking up the brush stroke or the pen after each stroke too. But I always say to start off with your alphabet, writing slow. And if you can hear me, JKLM, I am definitely saying the alphabet in my mind. And just practice controlling NOP, your strokes. I have dogs snoring all around me. Oh, LMNOP QRST. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, did I just do that wrong? And if you are just here for the hand lettering videos, I like to refer to myself as a hot mess planner. I have extreme ADHD, and I can go off on one subject hardcore, or I can go off on 15 different subjects, or I can literally just space out because I'm concentrating so hard on what the alphabet is right now. So, but yeah, so just that is one of the easiest ways to get started, is just, and when you're doing that, try picking up your pen on the letters that have like G, H, that have that extra stroke, because when you're hand lettering, like see, like how I'm picking it up there, that is definitely one of the things that you do, is you want to remember to pick up your pen after each stroke. That way you can that way it will slow you down and you can concentrate on what you're writing. P, Q, R, S, T, like just practice slowing down. So, because if I were to actually write just regular, like say I'm just writing my name, like, yeah, or if I'm scribbling out a note or something to Russ, or like making a grocery list, it is not all nice and neat. Like I have to force myself to slow down and think about what I'm doing whenever I am hand lettering. Going slow is going to be your best friend. So that's why I suggest just starting out with your handwriting, going slow, thinking about each letter, picking up the pen, so you can get used to that rhythm. But yeah, it'll help. Yep, see, there we go. It'll help you while you're practicing. So, take a couple of sheets of grid paper and just write your name out a bunch of times. Write the name of your spouse, your partner, your dogs, your cats, your rabbits, your favorite shows, the months. Like I always say, the months and the days of the week are super easy to start with. But yeah, so you definitely want to practice that. And you can practice some phrases or some quotes, some things you like to do, like I like to drink wine. If you are new to this channel, and me, that is one of my favorite pastimes, is wine and petting dogs. But yeah, just think of some things and just keep practicing and practicing. Practice picking up that pen, practice slowing down. Yeah, so that is some of the best advice that I can give when you're first starting out, is just practice, slow down, practice, think about your strokes. And then another practice drill that you can do is concentrating on, this is where the creoles, some people like the super tips too because the barrel is thinner. I'm a heavy hand letterer, so I press down really hard, which is another reason why I like the Crayola markers and not, like, I don't like any kind of soft brush pen because I just tear it up way too easily. And when it's back to school time, you can score lots of these, and it can be the Walmart brand. Like, I have a whole container full of all different brands of these markers. So I just happen to have a pack of Crayolas right next to me, like on my pen cart, so it was easiest to grab. And this Papermate Flare pen happened to be inside of it. Why? I have no idea, but it was. You can practice your downward strokes, so you can get used to those. And as you come up, you just want to lighten the pressure on the paper. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of that. And then you can practice your upward to downward. Up to down. Because that's where, and that's another reason why going slow is also going to help. Because then you can think, okay, light, press hard, hard, light, hard. Oh, there's something wrong with me. Light, hard, light. So yeah, and then you can also practice like making the curve. So like a C, and then, you know, so yeah, there's gonna be a lot, and I'm gonna work on some worksheets also, so that I can link those, so you can print them off at home if you want. If you don't want to wait for me, because I am really bad at technology, there are tons of free lettering worksheets out there. If you just Google free lettering worksheets, hand lettering worksheets, there are so many print and cuts. I know Dawn Nicole does one, and she's actually a left-handed hand letterer, which is really cool. And then Llamas Love Lettering has some free worksheets. Who else? There is, I think, is it, her name is Peggy Dean. I know her name is Peggy Dean, I believe. I think she has some free worksheets out there, but there are so many out there. And you can get some trace paper and put it over the lettering worksheet if you really want to follow along. Or, like I said, you can just grab some graph paper and just practice, you know, especially like writing your name, like where that thicker downstroke comes from. And I usually don't do a lot of like worried so much about the thick and the light with the downstroke when I'm doing hand lettering. Like in my planner or something, because the boxes are so small. That's where the Papermate Flare comes in. But I don't want to put too much into this one video and have it kind of be really super long and all over the place. So just start with practicing your handwriting, your muscle memory, going slow, picking up the pen after each stroke. So start with those, and then the next video we will move on to a little bit more. But just grab some graph paper, grab some Crayola markers. You can grab a Papermate Flare pen and just letter the alphabet, the days of the week, things that you see around. But just to reiterate, like practice, like so I showed you at the beginning of this video, like this was from a few years ago, 6 years ago, because we had just gotten Elvis and Zoe, and Daisy had just passed. If I were going to do this again, then already, like, so I did this with a pen and I did it thickening my downstrokes. But we're just going to roll with the Crayola marker still since I've got it right here. But already, like, I already do my S's differently and my T's. And if you really wanted to, you could go back in and kind of thicken it up a little bit on your own too. And we'll go over that also. But, Russell, and then, I don't know why I did that S like that. Zoe, and then we've got Daisy, and then I mean, and that was just quick writing, so you can already see the differences, like on how I did my D's and even the E's, my R's and my S's, you know, so, and this is like quick writing, and this, I really was concentrating on this one. So you can just see like the practice, the difference. And these videos are going to be great for me too, because I'm so used to lettering on my iPad that I haven't been doing a lot of paper lettering. And so this is definitely going to get me back to that also. So, which I am super excited about. And I still am not really happy with how my S's turn out either sometimes. So, I am always, like, I really am just not a big fan of them, which is horrible considering I have an S in my name. But, yeah, because on my stickers too, you'll see sometimes, I also do an S like that, but, so, I mean, there's just, I mean, just so much difference already. And so definitely keep practicing. And hey, that's again why I like the the hole punched graph paper, so I can put it in a binder and I can see my progress as I go. So if you have any questions, definitely drop them down below. And we will go through this journey together. I am really, really excited for it. But yeah, so I am going to check back in next week, and I am going to try and upload at least one a week, and keep them pretty short and to the point, so you can get to practicing and not listening to me ramble. Thanks, you guys. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will talk to you later.